Yeah,
right?
Feel free to clap. Good, thank you. So, I believe you're active not only in exploring, but also you've been quite notable with an internet presence in the form of a blog detailing your daily life as a resident of the city of Detroit. Can you tell us a bit about the blog?
It's called Junky Chronicles. Find it easily online. It's just stories of mine, not necessarily all Detroit, but just stories of me, of what I've gone through, in my life as a drug addict, and other things. Some of it's exploring. I've had a lot happen in my life. I started a blog about 8 years ago, and it hasn't gotten a lot of attention, but what attention it has gotten, it's got a lot of positive feedback. Somebody read it and decided that they wanted to publish it, so I have a book coming out actually this week.
The book's being published this week. Tell us a bit about the publication. Is it a verbatim copy of what appears on the blog?
It is. It's been cleaned up a little bit, because when I write in the blog, I write stream of conscious and things get screwed up. So it's been edited a bit, but all the stories are 100% true.
It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah.
I edited it all down. So it was edited.
Totally lost my train.
You started it 8 years ago. It's about your experiences, not just in Detroit. But
I started about 8 years ago. It's not just about Detroit, but just my experiences, in the past, since I was a kid,
So it is a drug-related blog.
It is. Much of it is a drug-related blog and book. It's only 130 pages, but it has my photography in it. Some of my photography, not a lot, but a few. About a photograph for every story. Doesn't necessarily, relate to each other, but I'm kind of excited. Didn't expect somebody to pick it up like that, try and make it into a book.
And can you tell us a bit about, from your own personal experience and your own personal viewpoint, what the life of a drug addict is like?
It's hard, Never would have thought I had to deal with that when I was a kid, But I made some choices to experiment, and they went sideways,
How long would you say that you've been a drug addict?
25. I've been using, for about 25, 30 years. But I wasn't an addict all those years.
And what would you say is the drug of addiction in your case?
Heroin. There's lots of it here in Detroit.
Is it the most popular drug in Detroit, or just one of many?
Crack and heroin. Weed is probably the most popular. It's legal now in Detroit to carry an ounce, and you can get a medical license anywhere in Michigan. So that's made quite a splash.
So, for the uninformed, can you tell us something about the details in the blog? You mentioned the hardness of being an addict. Can you explain a bit more about what you mean by that? Is it the cost of the drugs, the availability?
Yeah, it's the cost. It's the worry of being arrested. I'm a big opponent of the drug war. I think it's ridiculous. I think we're becoming a nation of prisons. Privatized prisons. It's just sick and wrong, I feel. It's like modern day slavery. Federal prisons shouldn't be put into the hands of private corporations where they can make money off them. And I think that's just the wrong way to go. And the world follows our lead. The world follows our lead, really. If we say drugs should be illegal, it seems like the rest of the world says, oh, well, we have to make them illegal too. It's been bad news, and things are changing though. Things are changing. It started with the marijuana legalization that's going on all over the country, and there's finally been a big push to look at the prison system, and why should we put non-violent people in prison? For something they're going to do either way. You're just creating jobs on the street by keeping these drugs illegal. And kids are like, oh, I can make $1,000 a day selling crack cocaine on the corner. And that shouldn't be that way. It should be distributed in a more responsible way. To registered addicts, whatever. Decriminalization, legalization, I'm not sure. It needs to be studied, I feel. I'm no academic, but that's my soapbox.
Thank you. I appreciate your honesty. Can you tell us something about issues pertaining to unemployment in Detroit? Do you think that the drug trade could be a byproduct of a shortage of legitimate jobs for Detroiters?
I think the drug trade is minimum wage jobs. Who wants to work at McDonald's when you can stand on a corner, hang out with your buddies, drinking 40s, and slinging rocks or bags of dope? You've got these kids, that don't have a lot of direction. So it's kind of a no-brainer for them what to do. No, I don't think that it's necessarily because of a lack of jobs. But I could be wrong.
They're looking for profits.
I'm sure that does play into it.
And finally, can you tell us your idea or vision for the future of Detroit? We all know that the city declared bankruptcy 1 year ago, almost 1 year ago to the day, on July 18th. I'll start that again. Detroit declared bankruptcy on the 18th of July 2013, which is exactly 1 year ago today. Matt, can you tell me what your vision for the future of Detroit is? Are things bleak? Are things getting worse, or are they improving?
No, I think they're definitely improving. I mean, it looks that way anyway. I've seen Detroit just get better and better over the years.
What were the biggest?
So I just want to see it keep going. See it keep expanding.
What was some of the biggest changes or improvements you saw? Were they mainly located in the downtown area, or is it?
It does center from the downtown area. Yeah, there's more businesses going in. Things are getting fixed up. I mean, the downtown Woodward was all shuttered. 15 years ago, it was just boarded up windows, and now they're all open businesses, most of them. So it's come a long way. It's going in the right direction, I feel. This is going to take some time, it's not going to happen overnight.